Hi everyone, how are you all? So myself Nagappa, you are watching Appa Chemistry classes. So now today's topic is environmental chemistry. So don't neglect the chapter. It is a simple chapter and completely theory based chapter. From this also you may expect the one numerical questions. So we have the different types of numerical questions are there. So by seeing this one, you can understand completely about what are the ways of asking questions you can get easily. Now you see in this case what happens here. We'll see all these questions, and also you can see the for remaining classes numerical questions in the description box. Let's get into the questions of environmental chemistry here. The acceptable level of carbon monoxide in air will be how much it is? Its acceptable level will be 9 ppm. If it is more than that 9 ppm, it will causes the adverse effects will be there. If it is only 1 ppm of carbon monoxide is there, it is an desirable one. Desirable effect will be there. It is not having any effect. But if it is carbon monoxide is increased, then what happens? The carbon monoxide combined with hemoglobin forms the carboxyhemoglobin. The carboxyhemoglobin is dangerous one. Hemoglobin is a stable complex. It is a stable complex which does not undergo the dissociation backward direction, and again it won't releases that carbon monoxide. The carbon monoxide will be remains as it is in the form of blocks like whatever the it slow down the movement of blood. So that is what it decreases the speed of the blood flow. So then what happens? It causes the so many effect like paralysis, and sometimes it will be heart attack. If it is exposed to high concentration, if it is more than 50 ppm, if it is more than 50 ppm carbon monoxide, will have the what adverse effect. Will have the adverse effect. If the carbon monoxide reaches more than 50 ppm, so it will have the adverse effect. If it has the water around 400 ppm, so more than 400 ppm, then what happens? It will have the it is not having life threatening problems will be there if it is more than 400 ppm. Okay, it will be more than 400 ppm. Life threatening problems will get, like what? Paralysis, those all life threatening problems. And if it is more than 800 ppm, if it is exposed, we'll get the what? It leads to the death also. It leads to death. If it is more than 1600 ppm, around 1600 ppm, if it is, then within 1 hour we will get the water death. Within 1 hour, the person who is exposed with the 1600 ppm of carbon monoxide, it leads to the within 1 hour he will be in death. Okay na? So that is the effect of carbon monoxide. This carbon monoxide is generally colorless, and it is a toxic one and incombustible. It is by incomplete combustion of fossil fuels will get this carbon monoxide. Is that clear? Next, greenhouse effect is mainly caused by a gas whose molecular weight is. So there are so many gases are there. Greenhouse effect is mainly caused by the gas whose molecular mass they are asking. There are different types of gases which causes the greenhouse effect is methane, carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide, ozone, water vapor. Okay, so these all will causes the what? Greenhouse effect. In that, main gas which causes the greenhouse effect is carbon dioxide, which increases the earth's temperature, whose molecular weight is how much? It is the main gas among all these gases, which is the main gas. Next one, nitric oxide, nitrous oxide, nitrogen dioxide are produced during combustion of fossil fuels and fuels in automobiles and automobiles. Tolerable level of nitric oxide, nitrogen oxides will be here. Nitrogen oxides tolerable level will be how much? It is around 10 ppm it will be. If it is more than that 10 ppm, it will have the water adverse effect on the human beings. Next, a sample of pond water containing 20 milligram of organic matter. Organic matter requires 16 milligram of dissolved oxygen. What they are saying, one organic matter which is present in the water will be how much it is? 20 milligrams, which require the 16 milligrams of oxygen to completely decompose. So now in pond water contain 10 milligrams of organic matter per 2 liter. Now you see here what they given, 10 milligram of organic matter per 2 liter of water, per 2 liter of water. Now for 20 milligram they given the 20 milligram of organic matter, so which will be present in how much amount of water here? That is 20 into 2 by 10. That is how much it is? 4 liter of water it will be. 4 liter of water. Now here whatever the oxygen which is required for the 20 milligram of organic matter requires 16 milligram of dissolved oxygen. Now what they are asking? They are asking the BOD. How you will calculate BOD here? Biochemical oxygen demand is calculated as the amount of oxygen required in milligrams by amount of water in milligrams or in milliliters. Okay na, you take here amount of oxygen will be how much it is? 16 by volume of water is how much here? How many liters here? 4 liters. Okay na, then 16 by 4 is nothing but what? 4 ppm it will be. Is that clear? So next one, COD of water sample is 8 ppm. The weight of acidified potassium dichromate required to oxidize the organic matter present in it 1 liter of water sample is how many milligrams they are saying. The COD of water sample is 8 ppm. Here the volume of water it will be volume of water. Okay, now in this case COD of water sample is 8 ppm. The weight of acidified potassium dichromate required to oxidize organic matter present in 1 liter of water sample. First, what is mean by this 8 ppm here? 8 ppm is nothing but, now you can take COD of sample water 8 ppm. 8 ppm is nothing but what? 8 milligrams of oxygen is present in 10 power 6 milligrams or 10 power 3 ml, 10 power 6 ml of water. Now but what we know here, they given the volume of, it is what? Oxidizing property. 49 grams of potassium dichromate require the 8 grams of oxygen. You keep aside. But what they are saying, the water volume is how much they are saying in 1 liter. 1 liter is nothing but 10 power 3 ml. Require the how much amount of oxygen. Okay na? So then what happens here? 10 power 3 into 8 by 10 power 6. That is 8 into 10 power minus 3 milligrams of oxygen is required. Now we know that what? 49 grams of K2Cr2O7 combined with 8 grams of oxygen. So here how much weight we got? 8 into 10 power minus 3 milligrams of oxygen require. What is the weight? Okay na, so what is the weight of this compound here? What is the weight here? 8 into 10 power minus 3. What is the weight? It will be 8 into 49 by 8 it is. 8 get cancelled. 49 into, it is 49 grams. You convert into milligrams 10 power 3. So 10 power minus 3, 10 power 3 will be get cancelled. It is 10 power minus 3 milligrams, no? 10 power 3 milligrams it will be. If you take that one, you will get the how much it is? 49 it will be. Is that clear? Important model. We will get one more model question also. Now next, TLV values of 4 pollutant A, B, C, D they given. 2 ppm, 9 ppm, 20 ppm, 50 ppm. It is A, it is B, it is C, it is D. Among these 4 pollutant, the most least toxic pollutant has TLV will be. What they are saying, least pollutant they are asking to identify, least toxic pollutant they are saying. Now here you need to understand that TLV is how it is related with toxic nature, inversely proportional. Toxicity. Okay, na? It is inversely proportional to toxicity. That is, which has the more TLV value, that will be least toxic. Okay, na? So that is, which has the more percentage of here, how much it will be, 50 ppm it is. That is what, which one will have that one? D has the what? TLV value will be 50 ppm. So its a TLV value is 50 ppm. That is, it is a least toxic one because it has the maximum TLV value. So least toxicity. Next one. 100 ml of sample of water require 3.92 milligrams of potassium dichromate in presence of sulfuric acid for the oxidation of dissolved organic matter in it. The COD of the water sample is, they are asking, chemical oxygen demand. Now you see here potassium dichromate in presence of acidic medium K2Cr2O7, whenever it react with sulfuric acid, then what happens? We are going to get the potassium sulfate plus Cr2 SO4 taken twice plus H2O plus nascent oxygen it releases. It has the oxidizing nature. Just you take the 4 moles here. Here 4 moles of H2O. How many oxygens it will be? 3. So that is, if you are taking the, its molecular weight of potassium dichromate will be how much it is? 290. They had given that. Are they not given? No, it will, molecular weight will be 294. Its molecular weight is 294 grams. Now 294 grams of K2Cr2O7 will gives the what, how much amount of oxygen weight? 3 into 16. This is the oxidizing nature of this potassium dichromate. That is 48 grams of oxygen it will be. 48 grams of oxygen. But how much they taken? 3.92 milligrams. 3.92 milligrams of potassium dichromate K2Cr2O7 will require how much amount of oxygen? That is 48 into 3.92 by 294. Okay, now you do this calculation, you will get the how much it is? You will get the 0.64 milligrams you are going to get. It is gram, both will be cancelled out. We will get in 0.64 milligrams we will get. It is in what? It is in 100 ml of solution. 100 ml of sample of water. 100 ml of sample of water. Water is 0.64 milligrams. But what they are saying, they are asking in the present in 1 liter of water. Okay, in terms of sample of ppm, in parts per million, that is in 1 liter of water. In 1 liter is nothing but what? 1000 ml. In 1000 ml of sample will be how much it is? 6.4 milligrams it will be. That is 6.4 ppm. Okay, is that clear? The minimum prescribed concentration of copper in drinking water is, it will be minimum prescribed copper will be how much it is? 3 ppm in drinking water. Now I will give you the list of metals in the end of this video. You can see that one. So there I will mention the permissible level of the different metal which are present in the drinking water. I will tell you. Next one. The concentration of dissolved oxygen in cold water can go up to, it can be go up to 10 ppm in case of cold water. In case of cold water, the dissolved oxygen will be more percentage, that is it may go up to 10 ppm also. Next one, we are going to see the 100 ml of sample of water require 1.96 milligrams of potassium dichromate in the presence of 50% sulfuric acid for the oxidation of dissolved organic matter in it. The calculate the chemical oxygen demand. The same model question which we had discussed just now. That is, we know that what 294 grams. That is just K2Cr2O7. Whenever it react with 4 moles of sulfuric acid H2SO4, we'll get the what? K2SO4 plus Cr2SO4 taken twice plus 4 moles of H2O plus 3 moles of nascent oxygen. We know that 294 grams of K2Cr2O7. K2Cr2O7 will gives the what 3 into 60, that is 48 grams of oxygen is required for the oxidation. 294. If you are taking 1.96 milligrams, then how many grams of oxygen is required? Okay na? So that is, you take in terms of milligrams, you will get, that is 48 into 1.96, 1.96 by 294 it is. How much you will get here? 0.32 milligrams you will get, because it is 294 grams, 48 grams. Grams get cancelled, milligrams is left over, that is 0.32 milligram. That is, in 100 ml of sample of water requires 0.32 milligrams of oxygen. Water requires 0.32 milligrams of oxygen. Chemical oxygen demand is there. But what they are saying, dissolved in 1 liter, they are saying per 1 liter. If you are taking in terms of ppm, so that is, for the in 1 liter it will be how much it is? That is in 1000 ml. In 1000 ml of sample of water, how much it will be? 3.2 milligrams of oxygen is needed. Chemical oxygen demand is how much? 3.2 milligrams or 3.2 ppm it will be. 3.2 ppm it is. Is it or not? That is 100,000 into 0.32 by 100. So 3.2 ppm we will get. Parts per million. The amount of oxygen required by volume of oxygen will gives you that ppm. And next one is dissolved oxygen values of 4 water samples they given A, B, C, D. Who's A? It is B, it is C, it is D. Which is more polluted? They are saying dissolved oxygen is what happens if it is dissolved oxygen is more, it is less pollutant. Dissolved oxygen is more, it's a less pollutant. Okay, now it causes the less pollution. Dissolved oxygen is inversely proportional to the pollution. More is the dissolved oxygen in an water, that water is said to be pure water. Now you see here, it is a pure water. The sea is what? Pure water. Sea is pure water. Sorry, which is more polluted? They are saying no, it is pure water. Sea is pure water, which is having more polluted here. Uh, Dissolved oxygen is less. That is, sea is having the water less dissolved oxygen. That is only 1 ppm of dissolved oxygen. So dissolved oxygen. So it is the least impure water, more polluted water. Okay, now more polluted water is sea. So which is the pure water here? 6 ppm, which has the more dissolved oxygen. It is pure one. It is the purest water among these 4. It is the impurest among these 4. Next one. So dissolved value of oxygen value of water sample is 6 ppm. Calculate the weight of dissolved oxygen present in 100 kg of water sample is. Now what they are saying, dissolved oxygen value of water sample is 6 ppm. 6 ppm is nothing but what? 6 grams of oxygen. 6 grams of oxygen in 10 power 6 grams of water. Is it or not? Dissolved oxygen. But what they are saying, calculate the weight of dissolved oxygen present in 100 kg. That is 100 into 10 power 3 grams of water will have the how much weight of oxygen it will be. 6 into, it is how much it will be? Total 10 power 5. 10 power 5 by 10 power 6. How much it is? 0.6 grams of dissolved oxygen in 100 kg of water, whose dissolved oxygen value sample will be 6 ppm. Next one, the COD value of water sample is 40 ppm. Calculate the amount of acidified potassium dichromate required to oxidize the organic matter in 500 ml of water sample. The COD value is how much they given? 40 ppm. 40 ppm, which is nothing but chemical oxygen demand, no? That is 40 milligrams of oxygen in 10 power 6 milligrams of water it will be. Okay, in ml of water, volume of water it is. But what they are saying here, in 500 ml, okay na, in 500 ml how much amount of this oxygen is present in 500 ml? In 500 ml of water, in 500 ml of water, how much it will be? 40 into 500 by 10 power 6, that is 3 zeros left, or 4 5s 20 into 10 power minus 3, that is 2 into 10 power minus 2 milligrams of oxygen it will be. Milligrams of oxygen it is. Okay, now what they are saying then, potassium dichromate amount of weight they are saying. Just now we had seen 49 grams of potassium dichromate, K2Cr2O7, gives the 8 grams of oxygen, 8 grams of oxygen, but they given 2 into 10 power minus 2 milligrams of oxygen will require how much amount of potassium dichromate? 49 into 2 into 10 power minus 2 by 8 it will be. How much it is? 8 4 2 4s are. So it is 4 1s are here, 4 2s are. Okay, so again it is left over 1.25. Sorry, 1 is left over, no, 2 10 it will be, 10 means 2 5 it is, 12.25 into 10 power minus 2, that is 0.1225 grams, milligrams it will be. Is that clear? Next one is also similar model. 100 ml of sample of water require 0.98 milligrams of K2Cr2O7 in presence of sulfuric acid for the oxidation of dissolved organic matter in it. The COD of water sample will be, we know that 49 grams of K2Cr2O7 is required the water, 8 grams of oxygen. But here 0.98 milligrams they taken of K2Cr2O7 will require how much it will be, that is 8 into 0.98, it is grams, so it is milligrams, by 49 grams it is. These two will be cancel out, so gram get cancelled, milligram it will be 0.02, it is 8 into 0.02 is nothing but 0.16 milligrams it will be. Now in this case, in presence of sulfuric acid, they are saying in water sample in 100 ml, we got the water in 100 ml, but COD will be calculated in terms of milligrams, no, in terms of milligram, that is weight of oxygen in milligrams by volume of water, that is weight is how much? 0.16. Okay, now it is present in 100 ml. So in 1000 ml it will be, what happens? 1000 by 100 it will be, 0 get cancelled, that is 1.6 milligrams it is, that is 1.6 ppm it will be. Is that clear? Now next, a sample of pond water contain 40 milligrams of organic matter require 32 milligrams of dissolved oxygen. If pond water contain 100 milligrams of organic matter per 2 liter. So, and the BOD value of the water sample they are asking. The pond water contains the water 100 milligram of organic matter per 2 liters, per 2 liter of water, they given the water 40 milligrams of organic matter. For 40 milligram of organic matter, how much volume it will be? That is 2 into 40 by 100. It is how much it is? 0.8 liter of water. Now what they are asking, BOD value. Okay, how you will get this BOD value? The milligrams of oxygen dissolved, amount of oxygen in milligrams by volume of water. So that is in terms of ppm we will get. Amount of oxygen is how much? 32 in milligrams by 0.8 it will be. So how many times? 440, it will be 40 ppm it is. Is that clear? Important model. Yeah, next we are going to see this some important information from this environmental chemistry, very important. You once go through with this all the concepts here. This whatever the concepts which I am saying, these all will be important. Based on this, you will get the different types of questions. List of greenhouse gases will be what? Carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, ozone, water vapor, NO, NO2, chlorofluorocarbon. These all will comes under what? Greenhouse gases. Now you see, this is very important one. If the drinking water contains more number of nitrate ion whose concentration is more than 50 ppm, causes the blue baby syndrome. The blue baby syndrome is due to what? In infant, methemoglobin ammonia will be. Methemoglobin ammonia will be formed. That is what? Their blood becomes what? Blue color. Blue baby syndrome. It is called what? Blue baby syndrome. So their blood will be appear as what? Blue color due to the presence of this methemoglobin ammonia. Methemoglobin ammonia. Pneumonia. Okay na? So next one, sulfate ions is greater than 550 ppm. If the sulfate ion causes the more than 550 ppm, then it creates the what? Laxative effect. Laxative effect. Mercury poison causes the what? Minimeta disease. What is this Minimeta disease? It is a neurological diseases. Okay na? So sometimes we'll loses our joint pains like that. Neurological functioning will be disturbed due to presence of mercury poison. It is due to what? Presence of methyl mercury species. Whenever the methyl mercury species are present in the drinking water, causes the Minimeta disease. Now you see the domestic sewage you take. Domestic sewage consists of dissolved oxygen will be very less. Okay na? Dissolved oxygen is very less. Then what happened? The domestic sewage water will be dissolved oxygen is decreases, means it becomes what? More polluted. Dissolved oxygen is inversely proportional to pollutant. Next you see the acid rains. Acid rains will be occurred when pH of rainwater is less than 5.6. pH of rainwater is less than 5.6, then that rainwater is said to be acid rain. Now you see here Freon 12 gas CF2Cl2 is called Freon 12. Now we had seen the Bhopal gas tragedy. It is then what? Contaminant or pollutant? It is an contaminant. What is the difference between the contaminant and pollutant here? Contaminant means which is not present in the environment but which is released into the environment by the natural or human activity. The methyl isocyanide was released by one factory into the atmosphere which is not present in the environment. If you take the carbon dioxide or carbon monoxide which are present in the environment and released by the natural or human activity, then they are comes under what? Pollutants, which is not present in the environment, methyl isocyanate, but which is released into the environment is said to be what? Contaminant. Next we will see the what? BOD value of clean water is less than 5 ppm. If it is less than 5 ppm, then only it is said to be what? That water is said to be clean water. In that less than 5 ppm only, the whatever the fishes will be survive. Okay na? Now you see here BOD values for different types of, for pure water, the biochemical oxygen demand will be how much? 1 ppm, very less percentage. So BOD is how it is related with pollution, it is directly proportional. More is the ppm, more is the BOD value, more is the pollution. Now 1 ppm means pure water, 3 ppm means fairly pure water, it is slightly fairly pure water. 5 ppm means it is doubtful pure water. 100 to 4000 ppm will be present for the municipal sewage water. What is the ppm? It will be 100 to 4000 ppm it will be. BOD greater than 17 ppm is harmful and highly polluted water. That water is not suitable for the drinking if it is BOD value is more than 17 ppm. Okay na? So fish becomes rare if the BOD value is 4.4 to 5 ppm. Okay. Next, dissolved oxygen is, we had seen no, dissolved oxygen is how it is inversely proportional to pollution. If the dissolved oxygen is less in that water is said to be more polluted. Now if the BOD COD, biochemical oxygen demand, chemical oxygen demand is more, then it is that water will be contains the more quantity of organic matter. It is a completely more polluted one if COD BOD values are more. Now TLV is inversely proportional to toxicity. TLV is nothing but threshold limit value, the minimum amount of pollutant which are present in an environment where the healthy workers working for an 8 hours in a day is called what? Threshold limit value. Now classical smog, two smogs are there here, classical smog and photochemical smog. Now what is mean by classical smog here? Classical smog is formed in cool and humid climate. So it is a mixture of smoke, fog, sulfur dioxide. So due to presence of the sulfur dioxide, the classical smog is considered as reducing smoke. It is very important. Now you see here photochemical smog here. The photochemical smog is what it is in formed in warm and dry and sunny climate. Photochemical smog is formed by the warm and dry sunny climate. But whereas classical smog is formed in humid climate. Okay now. So in presence of sunlight only it will be formed. Now you see it is a mixture of what? Nitrogen oxide, sunlight and unsaturated hydrocarbon. So the nitrogen oxides will be there, no, NO2 or O3. These all will act as oxidizing agent. So for that reason, the photochemical smog is said to be oxidizing smog. It is said to be oxidizing smog. Okay now, which consists of nitric oxide, acrolein and formaldehyde and peroxyacetyl nitrite. Peroxyacetyl nitrite. ONO2. It is peroxyacetyl nitrite. Okay, na? Is that clear? So this all will be component in photochemical smog. Photochemical smog is considered as oxidizing smog. The classical smog is considered as reducing smog. Important one. Next we will see the what here? The optimum concentration of different metals. Different metals, the optimum concentration of some metals in drinking water you see. So here iron metal will be optimum concentration will be 0.2 ppm only. Manganese will be 0.05 ppm only. Aluminium will be 0.2 ppm. Just now we got the what? Copper 3 ppm. It should not be more than 3 ppm. It is the minimum level it should be maintained in the water. So zinc will be what? 5 ppm. It should not exceed this 3 ppm, more than this 3 ppm. Cadmium will be what? It is permissible level will be how much? 0.005 ppm it will be. Is that clear? So this is about what? Complete environmental chemistry. We had seen in this complete environmental chemistry with the numericals and almost important concept and points which are covered here. So those will be definitely helpful in your competitive point of view. Thank you. Have a nice day. Keep watching Appa Chemistry classes.